Hey, everybody. It is dropping extra sassy tea talk. I am tea talk with your girl. How y'all doing?
What? What up? This is your girl, Sassy T.
Hey, everybody.
What's
Hey
up, friends?
everybody.
How y'all doing?
Good. I
Hey,
hope
Doing good. How
everybody's
you
doing
doing?
good.
I am doing wonderful. I am doing wonderful. Listen, y'all, shout out to the mods of these channels. Shout out to the mods. I see Mama B's in here. I saw Sheila Joe, Creole Girl, G, Tina in the house, Regina Phillips. Hey, y'all. Thanks for being here. We love y'all. That's what's up. I see the wrenches in the chat. Hey, y'all.
What's
Shout out
up?
to the members of every channel. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, thank our mods.
Yes.
Yes, because they don't have
Thank
to.
y'all, Linda Gamble and Mama, Erica, and all the tea in China, and Greta Lee, and
Uh,
Mel C. Is
I,
I think that's all.
I got Capricorn Flower. I have Mary. I have Chanel Monet. I have Proud Mimi. I have Baby Girl 1981, and I have who else do I have? Trying to see who else do I have. Um, I think that's hmm, Lord. I done got a brain fry. I know I got one more person, but when I think of it, I'll say it. But thank
Yeah,
y'all
check
so
the
much.
chat,
Very
check
much
the chat,
appreciate
check the
you.
chat. Shout out Jamal, Sandra P.
Thank you, all my mods. Linda Gamble, Mama Bees, Trish 6112, Mama Works 59. I'm sorry if I have anybody that I can't think of. Capricorn Flower. Thank all my mods. I appreciate everybody. Mahogany
Yeah.
Meeks. Thank you, Mahogany Meeks, everyone.
Oh,
I love
Mahogany Meeks is the double hitter because Mahogany Meeks, Diamond Diva
it.
Honeybee is Tay T, Creole Girl G, Tina, Sheila Joe, Regina Phillips, and Taisha J, my A1 Day One. Shout out to the mods of this great channel. We love y'all, ladies. We love y'all.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Angela A as well. I apologize.
Yeah.
Yes, Angela A is my EA. Oh, listen, if I need some executive shit done, I know who to call. See,
Yep.
this is what I
Angela.
like. This is what I like
Angela.
about this friend group right here. Okay, Sassy, I think you touched on this before we even went live, but I'm gonna touch on
Yeah.
it quickly. I ain't got to call these females every day.
Nope.
I ain't
Nope.
got to call them every day. But if I need them in any capacity, Sassy is a nurse. I
Yep.
can call on her. My girl Sandra P. She at the
Uh-huh.
airport. I
Got
can
my
call
connection.
on her.
Got my
Okay,
connect.
drop the T is very, very informative of how to take care of some shit for my family if I need to get it done because she a family advocate. Let me tell you, I ain't got to call these ladies every day, but
That's
when I
right.
call on them, guess what? They gonna be there and they know the same over here.
That's
And
right.
that's what real
That's right.
friendship is all about. We ain't gotta sit on the phone cackling all day. We don't do that shit.
Mm-mm.
Business
We got
women.
too much going on.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
We got family.
We got families, we got businesses and shit we trying to get off the ground. Hey,
Yes.
but let
Right.
no one understand these girls can call me anytime.
Oh yeah.
Anytime.
That's the thing people don't understand. You can call anytime. And we
Right.
don't tackle
Yes.
laugh.
Uh-oh, cool cat said, oh no, oh no, cool cat. I don't want to hear
okay.
that. Cool
Yeah,
Looks
my
cat
like
said
you
we
DJ.
guys
getting a
will get a
break
break
today
from me
because
today. No,
He
cool
said he
cat.
Yeah.
still
I don't
listening.
want no break. Cool cat, what you talking about? You be keeping us engaged, girl. No, no,
That's
we don't do
right. No break for you, cool cat.
that.
No, no,
Look,
no, no.
D probably got her pom poms out. Like, yes, yes. Where you at, D? I know you like, yes. Let that cool cat get up out of here. They be keeping me going in the chat. You know,
Yeah,
cool
do
Yes,
cat.
stay
they
ready.
do.
We appreciate all of y'all from every channel, from Sassy TV, from
Yeah.
803 Thank y'all for tuning in. Sandra Peace, Gen Extra. Thank y'all for tuning in. Drop the T. Y'all know she about to go off on somebody tonight. I don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is, but she don't go out.
And
Couple
she,
of it
don't go
and
out.
she turned the fuck up. I don't care who she turned up on, okay? And shout out to all the tea talkers. How y'all doing?
Oh, what's up, Tea House and Tea Crew? What's going on?
And
Yeah.
hello, my tea sippers and tea drops. What's up?
She said
Oh,
she said she got tea sippers and tea drops. Okay.
okay. All right. I got
Okay.
a Snoop Crew too. What's up, Snoop Crew? They be snooping for me, baby.
Snoop. Oh, watch out there, Sassy. You don't want them to say you got a gang, girl.
I got a gang, baby. Snoop.
Bang, bang.
I got a gang, baby.
Yeah, got a gang, baby. You got no
Yeah, we the
gang.
S Crew, baby. The S Crew, okay?
Yes, Sonia. Sonia says she is subscribed to all four ladies. That's what
Yes,
I'm talking about.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I do.
Thank you, Sonia.
All right,
Thank
y'all.
you.
Without further ado, because it is a weekday, we're gonna go ahead and get into this hot topic. This week, I done picked this hot topic because I thought, oh my goodness, what did y'all think when I said this to y'all?
Oh,
Okay,
my Lord.
Shad, let's go ahead and take a read real quick. I'm gonna read through it as fast as I can, okay? So that everybody can understand where we at tonight with this little hot topic. All right, here we go. So it reads as follows. So I'm at home sitting on the couch watching TV, and my homegirl texts me and says her and her man just gonna come stay the night at my place because we going on a road trip tomorrow morning to have brunch at a restaurant we wanted to try out. So I tell her to come on and that they can sleep on the couch, which, by the way, is a pull-out bed. So I'm in the kitchen, pour me a glass of wine, and I hear the doorbell ring, followed by a text that says, I'm outside. I walked to the door and opened it to welcome them both in my home. Of course, my homegirl walked in first, so I give her a hug and then say, what's up to her man and give him a little friendly hug. I closed, locked the door, and proceeded back to the couch to continue what I was doing, which was watching my favorite show. So, about 5 minutes later, my homegirl's dude goes to the bathroom. Then my homegirl asks me if I could go change into something a little more appropriate because her man was there. I then tell her nicely, no, because I'm in my own home. She rolled her eyes and calls her dude and says, Brandon, we leaving. So he walks back in and they both leave. Am I wrong for responding like I did? Or y'all, is she wrong for asking me to dress a certain way inside my home? And there she is with her booty rocking everywhere. What you say, Sandra P? What you say?
For in her house, I think that was fine. But in her house, in front of somebody's boyfriend, I don't know. But I wouldn't have let them stop by anyway the night before. We just see each other in the morning. It's a road trip. But I can criticize what she got on in her house. And I think the friend was kind of maybe either hating on her or getting a little bit jealous or didn't trust her boyfriend. So they probably couldn't have stopped by my house. So she could have alleviated the problem. Yeah, she's at home. You sitting on her couch watching TV, drinking her wine. And these two came by unexpected because we leaving in the morning. and I hear you are, and I feel pressed like, okay, come on by. And then you got wait till he leave the room and then tell me to change clothes. So I didn't like that. I think she's yeah, Tay got it. She wants for
Right.
asking to
So
come early in the first place.
Mhm.
listen,
I think she's fine what she got.
right.
You know.
That's what I was going to say. It's T said you was wrong for even asking to come.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
right.
drop the T. What you say, girl? What you say?
Well, what I say is this right here. As a woman, if I know I'm walking around my house with some booty shorts on, as I sometimes do, um, to be respectful, I would have went and changed my shorts. That's just me. I'm respectful, and I know that's not appropriate. If I'm in my own house, that's fine. But to walk around like that. But if I'm having company come over and I know my friend coming over with her man, I would have changed my shorts. That's just me. I would have. And I know, it's my house, but as just being respectful, I would have changed my shorts.
Yeah.
Just as me.
Me, that's what I would have done. Sassy,
Just
what
being
you say?
respectful.
Hell no, I wouldn't change my shorts. She need to keep her dog on the leash. Just
Oh,
saying. No, that's my house. I'm sipping on my wine,
dog
enjoying
on the
the
leash now.
smoothie.
Wait a minute, Sassy.
And
Wait a minute, Sassy. Wait a minute.
I'm just saying, hell no. I'm
So
sipping
you
my
said
wine, watching my TV, enjoying my day, and you asked to come to my house. And I'm not changing it. If you know your man coming, you know how, if we friends, you know how I dress around my house. So don't bring your man to my period. And you better not ask me. No, first of all, I'm not gonna bring my man to your house because I know you like to wear booty shorts around the house. No, I ain't doing that. Nah, that's my house. Mm-mm. Take your dog on the leash and let him move on. But bye. That's
Mama
just
B
me.
said my husband would have asked me to change if I was having company.
Yeah, I see that.
Listen here, Mama B's. It don't sound like she got a husband. So we
Mm-mm.
talking like to a single woman. She a single woman. She in her home. She comfortable with her ass out at her house. Now, before my children came here, let's just keep it real now. I'm the type of listen, Linda. I'm the type, don't be coming over my house and you ain't asked me to come. Because I like to walk around in my birthday suit.
Right.
All right, not sorry.
And, and if it had been a mother and, some aunties or some family or something, no, I would not have done that. I would have, covered myself up. But you bringing your man to my house and you asking me to change my clothes. Yeah, as a woman with that man in your house, yeah, I would probably, you want to cover up, but that's my house. Evidently, she asked because her man liked the look. I'm just saying.
Now,
So
Shaw got a
friendly.
good point too. Shaw saying if she didn't want
If she didn't
to
want to change,
change, she should have told them no, and she see them in the morning. So, Shaw,
yeah.
this how I feel like that should have went. Hey, Sassy called me. Let's just say Sassy called me. Girl, listen, me and my man, we right around. I'll be like that, bitch, love. You know how I dress is now right now. I done got my fucking booty shorts and shit on. I'm not fucking with you and your husband. I'm not fitting to change. So it's up
Nope.
to you now. And then Sassy can make a judgment and be like, girl, all right, we going to the hotel or we gonna stay home tonight. Cause I done already told you my booty rocking everywhere.
Booty,
Right?
booty, booty, booty up in the air.
You Miss New Booty.
Yeah, we'll
Get
meet in the morning.
together and bring it back to me. Listen, if Sassy tell me her booty rocking everywhere, I'm not going over her house with my man. Cause that means Sassy at home. She comfortable. She already done took her shit off. She in her what it is Sassy in her night clothes.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Why
then
would
that
I go
means
over
I
there?
got to go change clothes. Once I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable. But I wouldn't feel comfortable asking you that with my man. My man should have had the money to put us in the hotel.
Now I'm a little. Now
That's
I ain't
it.
gonna lie. Now if I'm good with my man, I ain't staying over your house because I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a high drive, and baby, guess what? I might want to put some. What they say, throw that ass in a circle. So
Might have
we
put it on,
nobody
baby.
house on their goddamn couch. Okay.
Might have put that thing on, baby. That couch
Right?
would have folded up like a hot dog bun, okay? I'm
No,
just saying.
bitch. I might want to throw that thing on there, right? Right. Shit, I might want to see what you got working with tonight. Shit, why would I want to go stay at
Hey,
somebody's house when I got a whole free night? I ain't girl, no, I ain't doing it. So that
no.
was cool anyway.
We're going to turn that joker up like a hot dog bun, okay? With 2 winnings in it. I'm just saying.
D said, who need to say all of that? Yes, you can come, but I got an issue. What I got on is none of your business. No, I'm gonna tell my friend though. I'm gonna tell her.
They are
You
old
know I'm
grown
already
irons at
tied
home.
down for the night now. You know
Yeah,
what
let's
that
meet in
means
the
if you're
morning.
my friend.
Why they come early?
He said,
Right.
they are grown irons
Like, don't
at
be coming
home.
up there early, bitch. Come in the morning, right, Sandra P?
Yeah, just
Come
let's
in the
go in the
morning when
morning.
it's
Don't
time
start
to
a
go.
problem.
Get your
Come
lazy
in
butt
the
up.
morning. Don't start no shit. Won't be no shit. Right, Sandra
That's
P?
right.
Don't
Yeah,
start
now
no
let me
shit.
ask y'all
Won't be
this.
no shit.
Do you think the
That.
friend had a problem with it based on what we looking at? Look what we looking at. Now, if she had been something else and not as appealing or attractive, you think the friend would have had a problem with it?
Heck
No.
No,
That's the
no.
thing. That's what I'm
You
saying.
know that girl got a
Bring
booty,
him over
booty,
here.
booty.
Yeah,
She
She got a
insecure.
body.
She's
Tamika
insecure.
Williams with the comment for the night.
That's
A
it.
simple, I've already unrolled for the night.
Yes.
I'll
I
see
see
you
y'all. Come on.
Yeah, that solves everything.
Yep.
tomorrow. That's the one right there, Tamika.
That's it.
That's
That's it.
Sandra P. That's it. That's
Yep.
everything,
I
right?
like that.
And then you ain't got no hard feelings and ain't no problem. Girl,
That's
listen,
right.
I already done unrolled. I took my clothes off for the night.
Yep.
I ain't fooling with you and your man. I'll see y'all in the morning. When I'm dressed again for the day. There you go, Sandra. That's
Now,
it.
what if she wear what she got on tomorrow? You know, something revealing. She gonna ask her to take that off too?
Because
Tina changing.
remember that time Phaedra went out on that boat with her ass cheeks out?
Uh-huh.
Y'all remember
Yeah.
that? Y'all
She was
rolled
with
with
her
her
husband, though.
ass cheeks out. Listen,
Out.
let's just say in the future, because I like to speak prophetic things. Let's say in the future, some of us ladies involved in the flight catchers, because we are the flight catchers. Okay,
That's right.
say we decide, because some of us are married. Now, I ain't talking about myself, because I ain't talking about that. But what I'm saying is, Sassy, you a married woman. Suppose one day you and a couple of other ladies want to go on a trip with your men, right? That's all right. It's a couples trip, right?
Yep.
Right?
Right.
It's a couples trip. That's okay to do. That's okay.
Yep.
Who supposed to get mad at that?
Nobody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I forgot the point I was trying to make.
What you gonna say? One of us come through there with some revealing clothes on or something?
Well, I mean,
First of all, I
I
ain't gonna
think
do
that
that
at
in
that
front of
point we all
nobody's
should be
husband.
respectful of each other's spouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
There you
I
go.
wouldn't do that.
There you go. Because when you with your spouse, it's a whole different game, right?
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
talking to my best friend the other night, and guess what she said? If I go away with a certain person, I ain't gonna act a certain way. Right? If you go away with your man, you're gonna be different, Sassy, than with me and you. But even though, let me just correct that shit right now.
Nah, myself, my food, my husband tell you that's a food.
No. What I'm saying by that is Sassy, out of all the girls in Sandra P, I think
you keep breaking
y'all
up,
both kind of on the same line. If I'm gonna just keep it real with the women, and we don't got to tell no business to nobody else. I'm breaking up.
Yeah, a little bit. We get you now, though.
I'm breaking up for everybody.
You got it. We got you now. We can hear you now.
For the people. What the hell is I'm breaking up for?
It's been like this over here all day.
Is more of the milder of the group, her and Sandra P. I would have to say. Like the rest of us, when we go on vacation, we get on vacation mode.
Yeah.
Vacation mode. We don't count the drinks we have. We don't we just be like, keep that shit coming, don't we? We be like, keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
Drop the D. You with me, right?
Yes.
Drop the D. That's my right hand right there.
Cup water.
See, when we go on vacation, it's a couple of the ladies that don't really like go as far as some of us, and they keep us all in line, Sandra P. and
Sure
Sassy.
do.
Thank you not too much, but thank God for that. There's a balance.
Mm-hmm.
There's a balance.
It is a balance.
Yeah, I thank God for y'all balance the outers. What would we do without y'all? We'd be all messed up.
Oh, nah.
Right.
I think we do a good
I'm
balance.
just playing.
Yeah, we
You
do
know
a
what I'm
good
saying?
balance.
What I'm saying is we all balance each other out.
Yeah.
Period.
We're
Yeah.
sexy.
Balance each
It's
other out.
sexy.
We would never have these kind of problems right here. Oh,
Never.
Gina, you can't laugh because you right there with me and drop the T. Okay, so let's not even go there.
Right.
She sure lives now.
What Regina say?
Joe
You
ass.
never laugh. Told you.
Let me just say this, and then we're gonna get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Sandra P gonna start us off. Listen, when I came on this channel, I said to God, I want to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody remembers, if you've been here with me from the beginning, then you know that was one of my biggest things. I said, I want to travel. I want to start a group of ladies and I want to travel. And I've been saying that for a minute. But you see, God, He put the right people at the right place at the right time. And
Every
Melody,
time.
so I'm just going to shout her out because y'all, it was Melody Cherie
Shout out to
is
Mel.
the reason why we even know each other.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for us millimeters, why people want to go around and say millimeters is the worst thing in the world, that's a lie. Don't
That's
y'all
a-
ever let nobody tell y'all that. Because if we wasn't millimeters, then we wouldn't have met.
That's right.
That's right.
We met up going to a millimeter experience.
Yes.
And if we
Yes.
was not all millimeters, then we would not be flight catchers. So
That's right.
shout out to Melody Cherie, because without Melody Cherie, there would not be a flight catchers. And
Yeah,
we
that's true.
are the flight catchers.
That's right.
Right.
That is so true.
Catch flights and not fear
That's
flights.
right.
So don't nobody got time for no
That's right.
drama.
That's
Because
honey.
we are working hard trying to figure out how we're gonna pay for these goddamn plane tickets that we
You ain't lying, baby.
Sassy. We working hard to pay for what? We trying to go.
Baby.
We trying to get
That's
on the
right.
flights.
That's right.
That's
We trying to get on
Drop the
flight.
T. Is that lying? Drop the T
Baby.
is I'm lying.
You ain't lying, honey. You been working hard on these
We
flights.
working hard trying to get on these flights, right, girl?
All is.
Yes.
Shit.
We work hard on our channel. We put in the work. We come and talk. We try to bring new.
Go ahead, Sassy.
We,
Speak. You got the mic.
we try to bring new, exciting things to the channel other than that devil show. So we
Right.
try to bring different things to the channel and we work hard at it. And yes, sometimes it gets discouraging. It
Yes.
really does. Because you see, people like mess and they're gonna pay for the mess. But they don't, if you got something that's gonna feed your flesh. But if you got something that feeds your soul and help you grow spiritually, like P Talks Garden, like Jeanette, Sandra P, she talks about all different subjects. Drop
Yeah.
the T, she gonna let you know, and she gonna let you know what's wrong and what's right, whether you like it or not. Me, I try to give good advice, good health tips. We are here trying to help our community, our channels, and sometimes it does get discouraging. You
Yeah.
know, it really does. Because we know what's going on. And a lot of y'all think we don't know, but we know it. We know from the subbies, we know everything. But we continue to go every single day.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
it's sometimes it get like that. And sometimes you want to, talk about what's going on in the world and things like that. We got the orange man doing his thing. So I do try to
Mhm.
talk about the news because some people don't watch the news and don't know
Mhm.
what's going on with different things. So I do try to bring that on my channel. And I know sometimes people don't want to, hear about politics. So I try not to do too much.
Mhm.
And then I try to, be funny as well, bring,
Yeah.
talk about that and talk about, what's going on in these YouTube streets, because there's always something going on. But I do try to give educational stuff like the high HIV rate that's in all cities and things in these states. And it's really bad out here. It's bad out here for single people.
And y'all, I was talking the 61-year-old spreading the HIV to women.
Mm-hmm.
He just spreading and he just sleeping with woman to woman. Then you got an epidemic just with him alone. We try to educate. That's all. Just try to educate.
I that as well. I try anything I hear about any STDs or the rate is high here or there. I put it on my channel because some people don't watch the news because it's depressing to them. I do try to educate people, let them know what's going on.
Sometimes it can get discouraging, but this is my thing right here to my sisters. This is what I want y'all to do. Stay consistent. Keep getting up. Keep putting out content. Don't dumb yourself down and feel like you got to subscribe to the drama that the internet wants. The same way you built your channels, right? You built those channels. Sassy, you the biggest channel. You the biggest one of all of us right now with numbers, right?
Big sis.
You got there being SASSYTEA-V from the 803.
Yeah. Being crazy, child. Being crazy.
We stuck right now. We in the algorithm. But that don't mean just right. Keep showing up. Keep being SASSYTEA-V. Keep being Drop the T and Sandra P. And I promise you that it will. Listen, when I get on here, let me tell you one thing I don't care about anymore. I used to care about it. Yesterday, my chat had to say to me, congratulations.
9,000.
On 9K.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go out and make no fancy thumbnail and say congrats. Because anybody know, y'all know, let's just keep it real. To get to 9K, I've been at 8,000 and something for a minute. And you know how my numbers have went up and down because of bullshit?
Yeah.
And people leaving my channel because of somebody else's feelings about me. Not because I show up here consistently, being myself, letting y'all see the real me.
Yes.
Bringing good content. All because somebody else said, hey, I don't like her. So people have, behind the scenes, I have had conversation with my kids because I have seen my numbers go up and then shoot right back down because I don't like T-Talk. And then other people will come over here and unsubscribe.
And that's how mine are doing as well. They're going down.
And I've been
they go up, they go down, they don't like
when
you.
People say to me, congratulations. Also need to be able to say thank you, ladies. I accept because of the fear of somebody else going out there saying some bullshit about T-Talk and these people being gullible enough to believe it.
Yeah.
I'm consistently showing up day after day. I don't beg for no cat. All I want to do is bring content. That's it.
And I heard.
And then I was looking at.
Go ahead,
I looking at my numbers too, and they didn't went. I was at 25. Now I done went back down, but I said, you know what? I'm not gonna look at the numbers no more. I'm just gonna come out.
I hadn't looked at mine either. I don't even know.
And I'm like, I was at 2,500. Now my numbers have went back down. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? But I get on here every day. I don't care if I got 15 people, 20 people. I'm gonna keep on getting on here every day, talking and doing what I got to do. And another thing I say. Understand why people come to people's channel and leave nasty comments. If you don't like the content, keep it moving.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave nothing, sis. You don't have to leave nothing.
I hide those.
And then sometimes I'll get with them and sometimes I'll just delete it or sometimes I'll leave it up there. But if you don't like people content, just keep it moving. You took all that time out here to type something. You could have just been gone on to somebody else's channel.
Exactly.
I'm the type of person that I let people say whatever they feel. As long as Drop the T, they not disrespectful, I don't have a problem. Sometimes they've been a little disrespectful, and I still let it slide because I'm not here for confrontation. I am here for content. The C's are not the same. Confrontation, content. It's two different things.
Yeah.
Now, whether I get up Monday through Friday, because that's my main time. That's we know is gonna set in stone. Monday through Friday, I'm here, right?
Yep.
So I gotta bring content. I'm gonna work hard to do that because I get up and I know I gotta ride at least 55 minutes with my morning passengers. That's what I say. They consistent, and I'm gonna be consistent. Period. That's it. Y'all are consistent from what I see. Sandra P, she got her survivors and all kinds of different stuff. Never the same stuff. Drop the T, she gonna read the listen. Don't get in her way. That's all I gotta say. Don't get in Drop the T's way. On Marceau, whoever, Porsha, it don't matter. She coming for your ass. That's it. Sassy, she gonna bring the health. Let me tell you, that lady, she already know what she mean to me. She got me through the toughest time of my life.
Yes.
50 years I've been on this earth. 57 years, y'all. And I never been so dark. Sandra P caught the plane down there. See,
yes, you did.
I'm never gonna forget you, ladies. You understand?
We got you, sis.
I couldn't see when I didn't know, when I didn't understand. I relied on the love of the flight catchers because all of y'all ladies in some form or fashion stood in the gap with me when I didn't even know or understand what I was doing myself.
Exactly.
I didn't know. All I knew was my baby had went through a terrible ordeal.
And went to war for you too. Went to war on your channel. We went to war on our channel. When they said negative, but
y'all, I couldn't control nothing. Yeah. Sandra P, I'm never gonna forget. She don't even know. The day she came to see me, I hadn't eaten. I didn't even know how to eat, Sandra. But you came and you sat with me, and I was able to eat my food. You didn't even know I hadn't eaten. But God sent you like a ram in the bush to make sure I ate. And as my son approaches 36th birthday in a couple of days, y'all, I just go over the stuff over and over again every day, and I wish I didn't. But God,
I'm sending you a real hug.
so good.
I send a virtual hug, but I want to send you a real hug. Yeah. And y'all bring all of me
God
a lot
is so
of joy.
good at sending y'all people to me. Yeah. Only God could pick y'all out purposely and say, I align you with these sisters. You say you want a group, I give you a group. Say, I'm gonna give you the mic and let you start this review off.
Okay. All right, we'll start. I'm gonna say I love you too. I appreciate you.
Yes, Lord. We know we love you.
Yeah, and I love the subscribers.
I love all y'all.
Yeah,
I love all of y'all.
Yeah.
But people take to heart some of the things y'all say, so be careful. I was really kind of taken aback at some of the things I've heard and seen, and it can be hurtful. You don't know what somebody's going through when you're throwing things out about a family member of theirs or something. So we just have to be careful with that. I'd heard and seen certain things that were just shocking to me, and there's no excuse for that. None. All right,
and you'll be shocked, and I was shocked.
So. Yeah, I was too. Even some of the names that I saw saying certain things, I said, okay, what? I can't believe this person would say that. But yeah, we see it, and it's not right.
No.
Because people, children, and this and that, when they don't choose to be on here giving their opinion, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
So shout out to Anthony. We love Anthony. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start, everybody.
All right.
Okay, so this is Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sweet 16. This is episode 13. We start out where we left off. We are at Shamia's house. She's with Kelly. Kelly and she are hosting the trip to Grenada. They're getting boxes of stuff ready to bring to Grenada because they had suffered, some of the islands had gotten a terrible hurricane. So little Shiloh, I'm always here for a Shiloh sighting. I'm feeling different ways about Shamia lately, but when she brings Shiloh on the screen, I'm smiling automatically. So Shiloh's helping her pack stuff. And you know how little kids do when they're giving away something. Shiloh's finding all this stuff that still fits, a toy she was going to play with tomorrow, all kind of stuff. So she's helping, but kind of not helping, but she's helping. So Shamia greets Kelly. Kelly comes in loud, screaming. Shiloh loves her. Her and Shiloh give each other a big old hug. We see that Shamia has assembled so much stuff. Confessional Shamia tells us that charity is her thing. She loved to be a philanthropist. She even cooked a separate dinner one time and brought it to the underpass in Atlanta. Her husband happened to be in the car and said, that's dangerous, that's dangerous. But Shamia says she don't care. She's just a person that loves to give. So we get to see Cynthia sent over a bunch of stuff. Confessional Cynthia tells us she likes to shop for her own donations. So we see things that she sent. Drew sent an assistant over with a few bags of stuff. Looked like it could have been clothes or something. It was those bags that you can buy like at Marshall's or something. So it might have been just stuff with different things. But it was like maybe, I don't want to count, but 5 or 6 bags or so. Angela tells us that she's giving because she's always given. Her mother had a lot of children, and that she remembers that Salvation Army had a food program, and the mother would say, just go down there and eat. And Angela said that she always felt grateful and always is a person that gives back. Britt shows up and she hand delivers a box, an open box, and it has a few items in it. It looked like, y'all, single rolls of toilet paper, single rolls of paper towels that Mike had grabbed out Family Dollar or something. So the box was so bare. Shamia in her confessional said, I think she's going with the theme of her company. I think the box was bare naked. So Shamia's a trip. That was kind of funny. The next scene, we see Porsha and Drew are going to finally meet for tea. 13 episodes in. Even though Drew claims she's been trying to meet with Porsha, Porsha start coughing all the time. So they'll meet together. Drew gets there first. We see Drew from the back in a blonde wig. Porsha comes in and tells the lady, I'm looking for my friend, but I don't see her. And then she just scans the room. Oh, there she is. And then she sees Drew hair kind of from the back. And Porsha said, that don't look like Go Naked. So the confessional, the producers that's in the confessional was like, well, she said it was Go Naked. She tagged Go Naked. And Porsha said, oh, that must be a mix. So she was kind of shading Drew's hair. We know Drew's been released from Go Naked, but I guess she still kept the hair. So the two of them sit down. They start to talk. Drew lets us know that she has a showcase coming up for her extended play CD that she's put out with Dennis. And she said that she's hoarse, so she wants to get some tea. So she wants some ginger and turmeric tea. She already had something in front of her. So the lady comes over and asks Porsha what she wants. Porsha said that sounded good what Drew had. The lady came back and she didn't have any more turmeric or ginger tea, which is what she offered. She brought black tea. Drew didn't want that. So they start talking to each other, and then they start bringing up what's going on as far as Drew filming with Dennis. Porsha tells Drew she was just angry. She couldn't really express herself. Porsha lets the audience know again, she doesn't care about Dennis. So we get to see confessional Porsha saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 2. She's been bringing it up every week, but she said it's a 2. So I hate to see Porsha on 10 if that's a 2. We've been hearing about it for 13 weeks. So Drew is saying she could have talked to her earlier. They could have cleared everything up. So Porsha is real slick, y'all. Porsha said, well, you could have cleared it up if you had let me know that it wasn't Dennis. Dennis says it was somebody else she was messing with. It was Black. So Drew says, oh, Black, you mean my friend? It's not a relationship. That's my friend. Porsha slipping in. Well, people said it. And Drew said, well, people say things about you in Future. Now, Real Housewives of Atlanta had the nerve to beat out Future when we all heard it in the previews. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if Future got wind and said, look, don't bring me into this mess or what happened, but they beeped it out in this episode. So Porsha started talking over her. No. I don't know what people are saying. I don't know him. That is not true. Porsha got mad and she started standing up. I wanted to talk to Drew. Drew's being combative. Anytime Drew defends herself, she's combative. So Drew's doing that thing where she's talking real soft, but she's being real slick at the mouth. Porsha just said she's going to get up and she's going to leave. So Porsha left. Drew was still talking after Porsha left. She got real slick. She said, but that's the reason I can see why Simon left you. All kind of stuff I wish she had said while Porsha was at the table. But they both got their licks in. And again, Porsha shows up late to a scene and leaves early. So that was two pretty good scenes that we saw. We started with at Shamia's house with Kelly getting ready for the trip. And then Porsha and Drew finally sit down to tea. So what do you ladies think about that? We can start with either whoever wants to start. I know Sassy goes after me, so it could be drop the tea or tea talk.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start for you. I don't mind.
Okay.
Shamia and Kelly, it was a cool scene. I feel bad for Britt because clearly she don't have the money that they have, even though she's trying to pretend that she does. Because to me, she's given the great pretender. You know, she get on camera, Sandra, and she act like she got all this money, but yet here these ladies are all donating, and here you come with 3 bags of toilet paper. So I don't know. I feel like they try to put her on Front Street with that. Right. And then with Porsha and Drew, both of them was throwing out accusations made by other men. And I didn't like that. Because no woman wants to be called out like that. You understand what I'm saying? So like Drew, she was calling out Porsha for some shit that Simon said. And then Porsha was calling out Drew for some shit that Dennis done told her behind the scenes. And I don't think it was cute at all. They both were slut shaming each other, and we as women should stop doing that because it's bad enough that the men do it. So why, as women, will we get on camera? You know what I mean, Sandra? They got on camera and both repeated stuff that these men said about them, and that wasn't cool to me for either one of them. And as for the hair, I got a feeling that Drew tagged Go Naked, but Drew knew it was other hair mix because she wanted to make Porsha look like her hair didn't.
That hair was frizzy too.
It was indeed.
It didn't look like a Miss
Diane. So Go Naked had feet, okay?
Yeah. Go Naked lays down. That's Miss Diane. That hair looks good.
That hair is thick. When you pay for Go Naked, I promise you, you're gonna pay for that, but that hair is thick. I know I had some.
Yeah, so I feel like Drew might have did what Porsha said and mixed some bad hair in there with her Go Naked.
And it looked like it needed some minoxidil, child.
Yep. Drop the tea. What you think?
A minute. So I think
they
that
Ralph not the basement no more, honey.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
thought that was kind of a little shady with Britt Edie, because she gets on here pretending like she got all this money, her and her husband, and then when it's time to donate something that's positive, she comes with these little flimsy donations. And my whole thing is this: if you don't got it, you don't got it. Just let I think it would be better if she just let the group know that she doesn't have it, and that's okay. Then that way that we can all gather around you and put in for you what you don't have. But if you don't talk and let us know what's going on, we can't help you. That's what a friend group does. If one person don't have it, the other people, can kind of step in for you and give, the gifts on your behalf. It's okay if you don't have it, but don't parade around here and all these this designer shit like you got it like that and you don't. That's how people end up in bankruptcy and go broke and things like that, trying to keep up with the Jones. If I don't have it, I don't have it. I'll let you know. Hey, I don't have it right now, but I'm gonna have it on this day. Can you, give a couple of donations for me, and I'm gonna, give you back, give it back to you on the back end. So she don't sit up there and look stupid. But if you don't have it, just say you don't have it. Just say you don't have it.
Right. Right.
Instead of sitting up there looking stupid. Because y'all know if I don't have something, I'll tell y'all I ain't got no shame in my game.
I ain't got it. Okay.
You're gonna accept me for who I am, or you're not gonna accept me for who I am. At least I'm keeping it real with you. You know,
Yeah.
that's my whole thing.
That's
here.
right. That's it.
Also with
That's it.
you know, with Porsha. Porsha's starting to really irk me with this shit acting like a toddler. If me and you two women, we gonna sit down and have a conversation and hash out what's going on. When I start talking, then you can't take the heat. You get your ass up and leave. I don't like that bullshit. Sit down here, act like you're a fucking grown ass woman. Quit getting up here, leaving the table every time things get hard or the conversation get hard. Set your ass down. Be a fucking woman about your shit. You out here in the streets and in the sheets being a woman. Be a woman when you fucking talking to me.
Yep.
Quit getting up, leaving every time you don't like what stuff going on and then start crying. Toughen it. What's wrong with you? I don't like that. As a woman, stand on all 10 of you out here running your mouth to everybody else. When you see me, stand on all 10s about what the shit you've been saying. Now, if we gonna sit down as a woman and hash this out, you tell me what you don't like, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. If we can't come to a conclusion at the end of this conversation, we can still be cordial with each other. If that's how you want to be. If you don't want to be like that, then you let me know. Then I see your ass coming. I'll go the other way. Right past you like I fucking know you. But you gonna quit getting up from the way every time things get hard. Let your ass down and have a seat. That's what I can't. I hate that every time somebody tries to talk to Porsha about what type of problem they have with her. Every time it starts to get hard, she starts crying and getting up, leaving.
That's her.
Solve anything.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why she does that. She does that to control the narrative. That's why she does it. She don't want to talk about it. She don't want Drew to bring up certain things. She wants to control the narrative because Drew has called her out and said, "There's no way that you could be hating on me this much." I mean, I hadn't did nothing but film with Dennis, and you knew about it. Dennis told you about it, but you got your lip back to the ground.
Sassy, hold on now.
Allegedly.
Hold on.
But she a grown
now. We gotta keep it real. Drew did not tell her about filming. Drew told her about the music.
I'm just saying, not filming, but they working together. But 13 seasons, she talked. 13 episodes, you still going in on this.
She said she don't care.
Porsha didn't have a problem with them working together. Porsha had the problem with them filming together.
But even when they filmed together, they didn't talk about her.
Porsha said that Drew could even throw that ass in a circle as long as she knew how to do them baby hands for PJ. That's what Porsha told.
But that's not what she's giving. That's not what she's giving.
Nah, that ain't what she's giving either, baby.
She act like she's still riding on the hot dog.
That might be the problem.
Well, what you still want to say that? That you know you still getting down?
But she can't really say that. Let's just
she did.
Let's be real right now. As
she
women,
said she don't care.
Can she really say that in the middle of a divorce? That
why she wants Drew to
that ass in a circle on sign? I'm on.
Well, hey, she can call me on the back end and let me know on the back end.
Nah, because Drew the type of hoe. Look what she doing now. Now I don't mean to call her no hoe like that because I don't clock.
Porsha,
but I'm talking about Drew the type of woman that would get out and repeat just like she did to Shamia. Remember, Shamia and Drew did a pinky promise, and Drew came out and told over there on the Carlos King that they did a pinky promise. Then a pinky promise means Drew was supposed to shut the fuck up, and she came out and told the world. And me and you do a pinky promise.
The world. That was Angela.
That means me and you keeping that shit down to the grave, girl.
Right. Taking it to the grave.
Angela said she ain't got a pinky promise shit.
Yeah, Drew came
out, told everybody that Shamia and her did a pinky promise. She ain't.
Oh, I knew that. I'm just saying, but who ran back and told Porsha? That was Angela. Angela been the common denominator of running the bones, honey.
What happened?
Drew didn't drop a name here.
Angela told about the pinky
promise. Drew dropped her name. Drew dropped a bigger name. That's why Porsha got mad
Angela
and
was
put
part
on
of the
skates.
Frankie Promise.
Yeah, Angela was the one that told it. Angela said she don't owe no loyalty to neither one of them. That's what she said.
Wait a minute. Did you see Angela over there on the Breakfast Club?
No, I didn't watch that.
Oh my. Y'all,
I'm gonna have to. I don't watch
I
them,
didn't
but
see
I'll
her
watch
over there
Angela.
calling Porsha a whole whore.
She must know something.
Sandra P. Sandra P.
She must know something.
She called that lady a whore.
With the hard R, I'm not gonna argue with her.
She didn't say ho, Sandra P.
With the hard R, that's what I know.
Yeah, she said it with the.
I believe it.
She said it with the R.
They playing with Angela,
Hey,
and
Sassy,
Phaedra came to play
she said
too.
it with the R.
Yeah.
Said it with,
I tried to warn them against Angela. They keep playing with that lady now.
That lady gonna tear their age up, honey. You hear me?
She ready.
Let me tell y'all what's fitting to happen. So just in case y'all not tuned in, that fucking reunion gonna be off the Richter scale.
It is.
Porsha, Porsha and Angela gonna go at it. Angela and Phaedra gonna. Let me tell y'all something. Angela gonna be first chair. Angela got to be first chair. She got to be.
She gonna be first chair.
Oh baby, I love me some Angela Oakley.
Oh yeah.
She's ready.
Angela is working that peach. Okay. Yeah. Can you imagine her and Nene back together? Oh my God.
Baby, let me tell you something. Baby, they done got it out on the streets that Nene.
That what?
Me coming back season 17. I hope she is. But let me tell you something. If Angela come back 17, if Nene come back 17, guess who she gonna link up with? Come on, y'all. Come on. Who she gonna link up with?
Angela.
What? It's gonna be explosive.
What you say?
Nene link up with Angela Oakley.
Ooh.
Baby, that's gonna be some shit right there.
The two mature. Oh my God.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna be able to handle them two.
A friend of. I think Kelly will keep her peach. Britt, I don't think so. And Britt gonna be friend of or full peach. I don't know. There's gonna be some changes done. Got to be.
Yeah, but Cole ain't gonna have to, bite the bullet and get Nene back on that show. I think his pride.
It ain't him. They work together. Sonia Guidry said it. Sonia Guidry, if you watched her, watch Nene with T.S. Madison. It's a good interview. And Nene let the tea spill. She said, people think that I'm not in a good relationship with Bravo. She said, when you see me working at the Oscars and things like that, I'm working with NBC. So NBC, Universal, they like Nene, whether or not Andy Cohen do. And he's sitting over there laughing when they play them babies and stuff. Andy's soft too. But we don't need Andy to like her. She's the channel. Yeah.
Say it again. What you say now? We don't need
said we don't need Andy Cohen to like her. It's Universal, NBC, Bravo. And
you better teach her.
Shows up to work. Sonia said it.
Listen, she teaching y'all a class right now.
Oh yeah.
Andy Cohen gonna have to suck that shit up.
He got to.
Because I'm getting ready to tell y'all what's fitting to happen. This is what I see. Nene fitting to come back.
Oh yeah.
Come back. Them numbers gonna be off the Richter scale, and baby, they ain't gonna have no choice but to give her a problem. The Queen gonna come back and revive that show.
They said they had a series low, ladies. I didn't know that. I thought it was a season low. A series, 16 seasons. They had a series low. Yo, that's not acceptable. We got to make some changes when that happens.
Yeah, bring Nene back.
But Britt got to go.
Britt got to go.
Yeah,
bring a Nene back. Nah, I think Cool Catcher wrong here. I think Nene has grown, and I think the reason why Nene gonna team up with Angela is because Phaedra and Porsha been disrespected Angela. And Nene team up with Angela, and you watch what I tell you. That's gonna be
fire.
Yeah, even Nene with Cynthia. Y'all saw when Cynthia was over there.
Angela, Cynthia, and Nene.
Yeah, they don't
Well,
want to stop
Sonya
talking to
said
each other.
their ratings went up 200,000
Yeah, they
On the
did.
last
Went up 200,000. I think it was what 900 and something thousand.
Well, y'all know what? If the ratings went up 200,000, then people can't really say that Phaedra was a flop.
Mm-mm,
Yeah, they can't.
mm.
Yeah, that's numbers right there. But anyway, Sassy, go ahead. What you think? You ready for yours, or you want to say something about what Sandra?
Honey, I'm just here to tell you. I think Portia know what she doing, and she ain't got to say nothing because all the women saying it for her. Shamia is her lapdog. Shamia is doing all the talking and getting all the backlash. And I'm just here to let her know you need to stop being a lapdog every time because she don't like Drew because of Portia.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. So Portia ain't got to say a doggone thing. Oh, I let Drew handle my. Shamia handle my stuff. I get up and I just walk off. You ain't never got up and walked off. Why get up now? I mean, I'm sorry. Portia ain't got to say nothing because everybody else saying it for her. But I'm going on into my buffet of foolishness, okay? Because, baby, they showed Britt and Shamia, uh, Britt at her house, and then they showed Shamia. I think that was her mom telling her, girl, you need to take the Bible, okay? You need to take the Bible, all right? Shamia to my, yeah, I need to take the Bible. And then, you get Angela and her daughter at the house that they're trying to sell that they reduced it to like 3 times already. And she's telling her daughter, she said, her daughter asked Angela, what do you rate this house? And Angela said, a F. And the daughter just seemed surprised, like, what? A F. And then, so, so she told her daughter, she's like, um, please, she said, when I go to Grenada, please, 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 I hope this house sells, right? So then we go to Kelly and her girls. They're all in the bedroom. They're talking about Kelly going to Grenada. The girls, I think it's Chelsea, asked for how long. And she said, what is Grenada? Where is it? And, Kelly was like, look it up. You'll see where it is. And she was saying that, one of the other little twin was like, well, who's going to take us to school? Because I think Chloe said, I'm going to have to miss a day of school. And she said, well, I'm going to get Uncle Lamont. And the youngest twin, the other twin was like, oh, they going to think he our daddy. And she said, but that ain't really nobody's business, though. So they're talking about school. They're asking about a budget for school clothes. The dog is jumping all over the place with her cute little self. And so Kelly proceeds to go downstairs. Okay, so they're in the kitchen with her friend Arica, I think that's her friend's name, and Lamont. And Lamont, she was giving him a rundown of when to take the girls to school. I think the twins had to be there at 7, and the other little girl had to be there, follow, and then Chloe. Because we know Chloe cannot drive, child. I wouldn't trust her with a toe. So Lamont told Kelly that he tried to call her ex-husband, well, soon to be ex-husband, Mark. And he said he tried to call him because they used to be on good terms and really good friends. And he wanted him to, just get to a place where he can come see the kids, pick the kids up. And every time he would bring up a suggestion, aren't you going to try to work it out so you can see the kids? No. Well, what about, this? No. Everything was a no. Kelly kind of got emotional. And I can imagine, her being emotional about that because you got a man that you have children with, and now he's just turned his whole back and stolen from you at that. So, next, they all meet up at the airport. Okay. Porsha, she's talking about she needs this trip. She don't care who comes. She's going to have fun, but she cares about who came on hers. Okay. I'm just saying. Cynthia gets there. Angela gets there. Phaedra gets there. And I did not like what Phaedra said about Angela. She says she's the oldest looking one, the oldest looking young woman she ever met. Let's hope her personality. Her personality is as vibrant as her face or something like that. I did not like that. It's more youthful than her face. Angela is a beautiful woman. Angela don't need makeup. Angela got flawless skin. She's small. She's got a nice body. Phaedra. So she shows up later, of course. They show them on the airplane. They show them, cutting up. Drew says she just want to have fun, no drama. And she just needs some rejuvenation. So what do you guys think about that thing? And what Phaedra said about Angela. I don't like that. I'm sorry, y'all. That bugged me. Woo.
I don't mind starting. I didn't like that either, Sassy, because it was unprovoked. My thing with Phaedra is, and with the fun shade for me, you can say almost anything about the person. Now, don't include their family and all that, but a person, she's on the show with you, you can back somebody up off you. But Angela, the first thing she said was, I've heard things about Phaedra. I'm going to make my own decision. She's looking forward to meeting Phaedra. Excited to meet Phaedra. And Phaedra to make a comment about Angela looking old. She doesn't look old. I don't know where people are getting this from. She's married to an old man. She's in her 40s, but she doesn't look old. And she's the only one that could have been bare-faced. So if I was Angela, I'd be planning some kind of spa event. We're going to melt off some of these lashes and see how some of y'all look with your wigs melting off. Because she didn't have to go there. It was unprovoked, and it just sounded like Mean Girl. You just left some Mean Girls over there. You want to talk about, call Jackie and Simone and them, but you didn't want to do that. You hopped in your private jet, and we supported you. So I don't want Phaedra to come over here with that mess unless she's defending herself. Now, Kelly, I felt a little I felt Kelly in my heart when she was getting kind of emotional about trying to plan that day. She's leaving early. It shouldn't be a big deal. It's one day. But she's got 4 girls under that 17 and under. And this man is doing everything he can to kind of throw a wrench in everything she does. I don't understand men like that. These are still your children. And why would you drive the mother half crazy? She's running that restaurant. She's faking the funk a little bit. And I just kind of felt for her when she kind of teared up in that scene. I'm glad Lamont was there. Her sister's always helping her. But that was a touching scene.
Yeah, I did, like you said, Sandra P. I did not like what Phaedra said, because let's be honest, Phaedra wasn't the cutest thing in the bunch, okay? Because she had a lot of work done. She went 2 times the lighter makeup and white hair. So I don't want to hear nothing Phaedra got to say about somebody's face. Because baby, when that makeup is off, you look like a scarecrow. Okay, I don't want to hear.
They're pulling up her old pictures. That's the thing. You want to pick something else about somebody now. We're going to pull up some receipts on you and how you came in there looking.
All that work you had done.
Yeah, Phaedra done got so whiter from her last pictures from when she was on the Real Housewives. Have she bleached her skin? Allegedly.
It could just be makeup. Well, you don't see her without the makeup.
She looks very, very light skin compared to how she looked before.
Yeah.
And her nose looked different. Her nose looked different. Her nose looked different from previous, episodes that I seen her on. She just looked different. But everybody changes. Everybody not gonna look the same. But you can tell some people have work. But don't hate on the people, who haven't, had a lot of work done, and, a couple of nips and tucks here and there, but they still natural. And that's why I stopped wearing makeup, during the week, because I want to be able to wear makeup barefaced and I still look like myself. And even if I do makeup or get a beat, I'm gonna still look like myself. I don't put all that stuff on and then I take it off. I'm gonna scare the fuck out somebody. I like a whole nother woman. Oh hell no. I'm like some motherfuckers like a damn man. They take the eyelashes off and everything, No, I don't want to be like that. That's why I keep it real nice. I use maybe a little skin tint or probably a little foundation. I don't
The skin tint. That's what I use. A little
Some
skin
people look
tint.
scary without makeup on. Some people look
Yeah.
scary. What
But
they
y'all,
add.
I think my opinion is a little unpopular because I think Angela look about my age.
Yeah.
How
You think it's her face
my
or her
age, or
clothes?
is she younger? Because
she's
I'm
younger. They say she's
but she
younger,
do
but
look
She
she
older.
just
looks
act more
very
mature.
mature. She's
For her
not an
age.
old woman.
I think
Phaedra
she's
didn't
more
have to say
44.
that like that, but y'all know Phaedra just always looking for some shade.
Mhm.
But that was a little low. That was a little low. But
Yeah.
Angela don't look young either. So
I think she's 44. T. I think
She
she's
do
yeah, she
44.
look
look
older
like
than
my age.
44, but she's a
She look
beautiful
more like
woman.
my
It's
age.
not like she's old. You know, she's just a natural woman that had a nose job. You know, they
Yeah.
say Charles don't like her with all that makeup on. He didn't even like her with the wig on. He said, "You got hair. Why you wearing that hair?" You
Now I
know,
agree with one way. She said for Phaedra to be so educated, she say the dumbest
She
and
told
yeah,
most
Susan.
mindless statements for a reason.
statement.
I agree.
I
Because
agree
she
too.
didn't have to say it that way. Sonia said that's what I said. Angela is 44 looking 55.
Y'all
Right.
think it's her clothes? What do you think it is? Because Angela can go barefaced. I ain't seen nobody else do that.
Yeah, she can't go barefaced,
Seen
and she
Porsha
looks
with a
good.
light bit, but
Barefaced, but
Angela.
that don't mean she don't look 55 when she barefaced.
No, she looked young to me. Well, in the face when she, I think
Her
the
clothes,
ham sandwich don't
the
believe
way
her.
she dressed.
It could be. And she have an older husband too.
She's very conservative.
Ham Sandwich says she is
She don't
not
buy
no
ham sandwich.
44.
Want to see the birth certificate?
They
She
said
for
y'all
they say she
Angela
42,
has
honey.
more than the nose
I
job.
believe it.
I think she's nice looking though.
She's a pretty woman.
She is pretty.
Well, they said she the secret wife of Charles
She,
Oakley. Like,
child, I pulled up some pictures of Angela, and I seen where they her and Charles always been together now. I got pictures, but
well, Phaedra talking about 10 years ago. The lady only been married 8 years, so that
they
already
yeah.
that
I didn't like
already
that she
cancel
was
out
doing
what
that.
she said. But
Yeah, that's
anyway,
coming.
where I picked up at was the ladies into the house. Kelly welcomes them all in the house. Shamia lets them know she wants them out of their comfort zone. So she letting them know off the top, y'all not gonna be with who y'all think y'all gonna be with. Okay, I'm letting y'all know that right now. She rooms the people with folks they either don't know or they got a problem with. Because I feel like Angela and Porsha, they was roomed together, and Porsha just said she wanted to fuck that lady husband. So why would you put them in the room together? But okay, whatever. Angela said she didn't have a problem since Charles was at home and she wasn't in no threat of Porsha throwing that ass in a circle. Okay. The ladies give their roommates shots that have numbers that are assigned on the bottom. Okay. Angela and Porsha, like I said, they room together. Phaedra and Brittany, they get a room together. And Cynthia and Drew. Now, the catch with Cynthia and Drew's room is Cynthia and Drew got some fucking twin beds up in that bitch. Now, Drew, not seeing the whole place, she tells Cynthia, hey, you older, you an OG. You can have a king size bed. I'm gonna take it. But when she gets over there and sees that not only do Cynthia got a king size bed, she got a whole fucking patio and shit. She can go out there and sit. Drew was like, damn, I'm wondering if I should have gave this old hag the room. I probably should have kept the motherfucker to myself. Okay? Anyway, y'all know they had the arm wrestle over the room too, but Drew won and she still gave Cynthia the room. Okay. Now, there's also a scene where Porsha speaking to the chef. Porsha about to go to her room and she wants some more chicken wings. And now Shamia's like, oh, Porsha is flirting with the chicken wing man. And Kelly said, Porsha, oh, she looking for a man. Because, you know, they just fit the stereotypical thing that you can't talk to a man unless you're trying to throw that ass in a circle. Anyway, Porsha goes along and she plays for the camera. And she told that man she'll do something strange for a chicken wing. Okay. Then Shamia and Kelly, they get together. Kelly asks Shamia how she feels about Phaedra being there. Now, what that told me was what I already knew. Shamia been with the new ladies talking shit about the old ladies, i.e. Phaedra, i.e. Porsha. Okay. Anyway, Shamia tells Kelly she's a little confused about Drew because she want to get off Phaedra, because the goddamn camera there, and she already know now that Bravo favors Phaedra. So she's like, let me jump over here on Drew. So she said she confused about Drew's making remarks about her on the internet. Okay. Shamia even calls her Drew Nokio, basically saying she is a liar. Okay. We run over there to Drew and Cynthia. They in the room and they realize that the heads have been bumped. And Drew decides that she's going to go ahead and give Cynthia the king bid, which I already told y'all. They have small talk out there on the patio. Okay? They talk about Cynthia's boy toy, y'all. Cynthia lets her know that he young and he like to get it on. Cynthia said, listen here. Listen, that man likes to get it on all the time. He's young. Okay? Cynthia is over there. If y'all watched it, then y'all know Cynthia was over there getting hot herself, worked up, all the way in Grenada. Think about that little 30-year-old and what he brings to the table, which is a hard egg plant. Okay? Drew says she ain't dating right now. Cynthia says, listen, you can have friends with benefits. Drew said, no benefits, because Drew is in the middle of a divorce. Why do these ladies keep trying to get Drew to admit that she's sharing her cookies? Drew tells Cynthia about Porsha filming with Ralph and how she says that there was no reason for them to film. There was no reason at all. There was no need for it. Cynthia lets Drew know, you already know how Porsha is, honey. Porsha gonna get her lick back. So when you went over there filming with Dennis, you should have known that Porsha was gonna come back and film with Ralph. And that's where I stop. What y'all think about that, ladies? Let's go ahead and start with you, Sassy.
I don't know what to think. I don't. I think it was cute that they did do the arm wrestle. And I think Drew, she was very respectful when it came to Cynthia, you know, and giving her the bed. I respect her for that. Um, Drew going at it with Shamia. It's just at this point to me, it's very tiring to see them going over the same old, same old, same old. I do feel like Drew is the target because she's been the weakest link. But let me just say this. They coming after Drew because of her acting career and all this stuff. Yeah, some of the stuff she does, she's acting. And like I said, and this is allegedly, the stuff that they talking about Dennis and Drew, that stuff is not true. Okay? In my opinion, that stuff is not true. We all know it's for the camera. We all know it's for the show. Okay? Because in Atlanta, everybody know everybody. Atlanta is small. Trust me, I know. I know people that know people that know people. My nephew, my little cousin, he sings and he knows a lot. So, I feel like they coming after Drew because they feel like people think Drew is a liar, and which she does tell some fibs, but sometimes she don't, and they think she's acting. But Drew had a career before all of them. To me, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I don't know. I just this is a mess, child.
Yeah, I agree, Sassy. I remember Drew from Drew, Sit,
Yeah.
Door on the game. So I didn't like, that was another one of Phaedra's shades. I don't know Drew. She's in a lot of black movies and a child.
Not.
What? I was so shocked to hear Phaedra say that ignorant stuff. So
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I mean,
She was in that what you call it, that dance movie, and she's playing in that.
Drew has been out here for, she said she's
Yeah.
working for what, 8-year-old or 10-year-old, but we've known
Yes.
Drew for years. So I wouldn't dismiss Drew. I think Shamia and maybe even Porsha is jealous of Drew being able to work with Dennis and get those good reviews on her CD down at the radio station. Everybody that listens to it loves it. So I think that they are a little bit jealous of that. I thought the rooms were cute. I thought that Drew arm wrestling Cynthia and then still giving her the room. I would have done the same thing. I thought that was, and I'm glad they all get their time away in Grenada. I don't want it to turn into something else. We're all sensitive toward that. If they start picking on one girl or something like that, that's not a good look. We do not need to put that on TV. It's just, it's a dangerous precedent. But I like where they're showing it first getting there, having fun. And I'm not gonna, let me see, we got another scene to go. I'll wait. I think that's all I'll say right now about what we saw.
Yeah, I don't like the book. I don't like it all coming. And Cynthia don't like it. So
No.
Why can't Cynthia call Porsha out? That's what I didn't like. When Drew mentioned, she was saying, well, they're still mad at me that I met with Dennis, even though we were working, but she met with Ralph, and then Cynthia's like, y'all are even. I know some people do see it as even. I don't. I just still feel like even with filming with Dennis, that was still business, as opposed to Porsha was very flirtatious, very inappropriate about sniffing a woman and all of this with Ralph. And then Shamia and Porsha lied about how the meeting even came about. And Shamia's taking most of the arrows about it because she is a lapdog and foolish. But she knows it wasn't about podcasting. It was about Ralph filming with him. Her.
Yeah,
And
but how do we know that Shamia didn't set this up and invite Porsha? We can't just say that.
No,
Porsha...
I didn't say that. I said that Shamia said she set it up for a podcast.
Right.
But Porsha shows up and
invited.
They acted like she didn't know Ralph was gonna be there.
Yeah, right.
No, I think she knew Ralph was gonna be there.
I think you Ralph gonna be there. I don't believe that.
Ralph was gonna be there. I don't think that she didn't know Ralph was gonna be there. But what I think is that Shamia set it up, because what people are failing to realize is, even though Shamia is on the show and all that, Shamia also is not bringing a part of her life that usually is required, and that is her husband. Every time you see Shamia's husband, mostly he on FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that, right?
Too busy bringing Porsha's life. And stop being Porsha's dog, then she can do her life.
Yeah.
Right. No, she can if he don't want to, Sassy.
I'm just saying she can navigate there. She ain't got to be.
But if her husband don't want to be
every battle,
if her husband don't want to be a part, then Shamia has to bring something else that is more intriguing than her husband. And in her case, it is Porsha and Ralph.
True.
Because she needs something to make her more exciting so that she can get on the camera. Y'all gotta play. We gotta do this thing right now.
No, she had her jobs. She went to the radio station. I've been begging them. Can we go see what Shamia? Now she could go to a Hawks game. She can go to a Falcons game. She still went to the radio station and talked about Drew.
Right. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand. Sandra P, she knows what's gonna bring the drama. Her husband, like Dee said, is not intriguing. Her life, as much as she got going on, is not intriguing to the normal Real Housewives of Atlanta watcher. She needs to be able to bring drama. So Shamia set that scene up so that she could have Porsha come there so that her ass could get screen time.
And my thing of it is, with Shamia, stop getting mad when people call you a lap dog, because that's what you're doing. You got to be a lap dog.
Did y'all see that picture they took? They took a joking picture on IG of Porsha holding Shamia in her lap. Shamia with her tongue hanging out.
Oh,
I mean, just stupid, real silly.
Yeah.
And, I like to defend Shamia, but I can't beat a dead horse. If this lady want to be a lap dog, I'm gonna have to let her do it.
She's a lap dog. Don't get mad because your husband won't film. Porsha is your best friend. Porsha's not talking. You talking for it, and you getting all the heat, and then you wonder why. Don't cry now.
Yeah, but she acts like she always got to take up for Porsha, because Porsha, I'm just gonna keep it real. She doesn't act like a grown woman. It's like people have to fight her battles for her. To me, Shamia is always fighting her battles, but Porsha don't do the same for Shamia to me.
And then she told Angela it's none of her business. Well, Angela's like, well, why didn't you say something when she said that? I can't fight her battles. It's none of my business. So you can't pick and choose when you're going to fight the battles. Right. Either fight the battles or don't fight the battles, but don't pick and choose.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, drop the tea. It's on you, baby girl.
All right. So Shamia is so we start off with Shamia. She's on the phone. She's certain things on the phone. She gets off the phone with her husband, and they go into the kitchen, and that's where Brett is at, and then Kelly. She's they come over, what have you. So there they are getting ready to go to dinner. Then we have Cynthia comes in. So all the ladies are in the kitchen talking. And then the bus, the sprinter comes, or bus comes, and they get into the sprinter, and the ladies are all getting in. And for some reason, Cynthia nipple, or breast pops out, and she says that Phaedra is no stranger to her nipple. So I guess I'm assuming that maybe Phaedra had seen her breasts before, because she said Phaedra is no stranger to them. So okay, I don't know what y'all got out going on over there, but all right. So they all are in the sprint. They talking. That the ladies are talking among each other, and they pull up to dinner, and they all get out. They're talking and things like that. Everybody's around the table, and then Kelly is trying to have like a reset, because the trip is supposed to be for a reset for the ladies to get on the same page with each other. And then they said they're celebrating. They're celebrating, and everybody at the table looks happy about them celebrating or what have you. Then and then they start to kind of get into a little bit of back and forth, where we have Porsha and Drew. They start to talk a little bit about them having some issues or what have you. But then they go to Shamia and Angela. So what Shamia problem is, she don't like Drew calling her a lapdog. But then Drew explains to her why she is calling her a lapdog, and telling her she has on a collar or what have you for Porsha. Now, like I just said, I think that Shamia should let Porsha handle her own business. My whole thing is that none of the ladies should be coming asking Shamia things about what's going on between her and Porsha, and vice versa. That's where the confusion is coming in at. Instead of them all getting in a group and talking, if they want to talk about everything could be laid on the table. But no, they're going behind each other back, acting this and acting that. And then they're peaky swearing and things like that. And you all already know, when you're telling a story to another person, it's not going to go how it was. It's not going to go to another person how I would say it. Angela is saying that they're not asking for the information. Shamia is kind of volunteering the information. Shamia is saying that she's not. Then they go on to talking about different things that people have been coming back saying to each other about the situation. Porsha is saying that her and Shamia have, kind of got through their situation. They talked about it. But I guess everybody else at the table wants to know what they talked about. Again, Porsha deflects a lot. She does not want to talk about anything that has to do with her and Shamia business, or her and Dennis business. But when it comes to somebody else, she wants to talk about it, to me. Then Phaedra starts talking about the funeral home business. They go into a scene with that. Phaedra is, telling them, showing, talking about how the funeral business goes and things like that. Then they go to Shamia and Drew going back and forth about the lapdog situation. I think that they should let that go. It's not going to go anywhere. We all know that Shamia is going to always ride for Porsha. That's just how it is. So I don't know why Drew let it go. I don't know if they're doing it for a storyline. So Shamia has something to talk about because it doesn't seem like Shamia has much of a storyline because it seems like her husband doesn't want to be on camera. And like T Talk said, he just wants to be on FaceTime and things like that. Okay. But then I think that they just carrying this lapdog thing way too far for me. Okay. And then there, Porsha and Shamia have a little thing back and forth where they're asking about what happened between Porsha and Shamia. Porsha says that they already talked about it and that's that. She don't want to talk about it. But the other ladies to me want to know what they were talking about. And Porsha doesn't want to share that with them. Then Drew and Porsha go back and forth about her about Dennis, about her filming with Dennis. To me, Porsha acts like her and Dennis still have something going on. I get what Porsha is saying about her filming with her baby daddy behind her back, but Drew is saying that she did talk to her before she filmed with Dennis. Porsha is saying that's not true, so we're not going to get anywhere with that. Then Phaedra, Phaedra gonna put her 2 cents in about things like put her 2 cents in, and Phaedra kind of just getting in there, and really don't know what's going on with all the ladies. People have told her pieces here and there, so I think Phaedra should kind of stay out of it a little bit. But then Phaedra again, she's gonna be in it because she's with Porsha. So it seems like kind of like they're going a little bit in on Drew, but again, Drew should have told Porsha that she was going to film with Dennis, even if she's saying that she told Porsha or she tried to text Porsha, she should have had a sit down. That's my thing. Another thing is that Angela, to me, is the bone carrier on the show. Her and Kelly. They keep going back and forth with the beef, and they won't let it die down. So it's going to keep going back and forth, back and forth. Britt Edie over there saying something. Nobody want to really say nothing to her because she's irrelevant at this point. But my whole thing is this right here. I think that they should let it go. If Shamia is going to be the lapdog, that's fine. Angela, she's getting information from everybody, taking it back and forth. We already know Porsha is going to only talk when she wants to. If things get tough, she's not going to talk. So what do you think about what I said about Drew and Porsha, Sandra?
Drew and Porsha, I don't think it's a legitimate beef, but if they're both bothered by it, they can certainly continue to go back and forth about it. But it's kind of boring for me at this point. But I do understand why the two of them are trying to resolve it. Even though Porsha said it doesn't matter to her, she's still bringing it up. So I don't blame Drew for trying to resolve the situation. But at the dinner table, when Shamia and Drew started getting into it, and then Shamia starts again, I like Drew being able to back Shamia up off her when she's like, hit dog will holler. You were barking. So Drew got on that one. I had to laugh about that. And I agree about the bone carriers, Angela and Kelly. But I'm here for it. I'll allow it because without that, we're not going to have, the storylines and things like that.
Okay, Sassy. Okay, well, T Talk, what you think?
I agree with Sandra P. I think I think that Porsha and Drew both full of shit, and that if it wasn't for the storylines being carried, then there wouldn't be a season. We need bone carriers in this, especially in this season.
Yeah.
But
they are the common denominator.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I at this point let Shamia be let her be the lapdog. That's what she wants because there's nothing else going on. Her husband don't want no friction in their marriage, and I get that. I get that. He don't want no friction. He don't want people digging into him. He wants to be a father to his children, a businessman. Let him do that, and then Shamia just be in the lap. I mean, take up a portion. Do what you do. You know, Angela, and Kelly are the bone, honey. So Shamia, be careful what you tell Kelly, cause she gonna go tell it. Okay.
Yep. Angela too. She
Yep.
gonna run
She
tell
gonna
that
run
too.
and tell it.
Those two are the bone carriers for the show to me. Both
Mm-hmm.
Kelly and Angela.
And Angela does a great job at it, Jack.
Yes. She gonna get a
Mhm.
piece next season because everybody
And
like her. She
and the
gonna
thing
get.
is that she stands in it. That, I think
Yeah, she don't back down. She don't back down.
Mhm.
She don't back down, and that's
Why
why Drew want her on her team with her because she needs somebody to stand up for her.
why y'all think Porsha keep running out when we know she can defend herself? Y'all think she thinks she might put hands and feet on somebody, or she just don't want certain things to
think
come
she
out on
knows.
camera?
I think she knows it's made up beef, and she just can't come up something off the whim. I mean,
Oh.
maybe she Drew catching her off guard or something. I don't know why Porsche run. I ain't never seen her run for nobody.
No, and don't have to. She can defend
Mhm.
herself verbally. I don't want her putting hands and feet,
But
but
Mhm.
every time
she
you
can
try to
verbally do it.
talk to her, she started crying and gets what's with all
Yeah,
this crying? I'm
that's what I'm wondering.
confused with it. If you think she may be having a that she's overwhelmed with her divorce and then with the
That's what
divorce
she's saying.
and she just I'm trying to
I
think
don't think she cared about that man that much. The whole
I
thing was
don't
a scam
either.
to me. I don't know. Maybe she just I don't know.
Think she
It
got
could have
married to
turned
get
out
back
different.
on Rohan. I ain't gonna lie.
Ugh,
you do.
I don't know.
She had to get married to get back on Rhoa. She left Rhoa
Um,
because she got married. So I don't think that's accurate.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Portia. This is
Either.
the Portia we're not used to.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
I
Well, maybe
think what
she
happened to
talking about
Porsche this year was Porsche filed for that divorce and she didn't realize that filing for that divorce was going to hit her the way it did.
yeah,
She realized Simon was going to come through there and be like, "Oh, I don't want you filming in the house." She thought that damn prenup was ironclad, and she
yeah.
was going to go on there and show the big old house and show all the fancy stuff. And Simon was like, "I hold up, ho! If you ain't taking me, if you ain't taking me,
You ain't
I'm
doing
gonna
nothing.
talk for you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So she
yeah,
married a petty Betty, honey. She just didn't know.
Yeah.
who
She
can
married
say
a
Kelly?
petty Betty, and that's one she cannot control. I
Keep
think
talking.
that's Portia's problem.
Yeah.
She been able
Yeah.
to manipulate the men in her life, and this one, oh, he a different breed.
Yeah,
Who
he
can
too
say
petty for me. He's
Kelly had
petty.
them titties out again this week, Sassy?
Again,
Yep, she
Again.
did.
Kelly
All
trying
them
to
big
catch.
old nipples.
Yeah, she trying to catch. And Phaedra, why
Oh,
does
Kelly's
Phaedra
on a
always
man.
Phaedra grabs on the women and you big old melon?
Oh,
I don't like that. I don't play like that. And
Me,
I don't
that
let
don't me
people play
either.
with me like that. Don't put your hands on.
mm-mm.
I just find that real rude
They've
and
been doing that.
disgusting.
They've
Do
been
you
doing
think she's
Phaedra's
blind?
worse about it. Phaedra does it worse than any of them to me.
She do.
Cynthia
She rub.
can say Cynthia
me and
talk
Port,
slick
me and
about
Phaedra have
Portia,
a
but
problem,
that's
Sandy
about
P.
it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
don't put your hands on me. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Don't be
Do you
rubbing
think
on me.
she's bi? Do you think she's a bi woman?
Nah.
Now I think she
I
think that
don't think
she's
so. I
cute.
just don't know why she does it.
I
She
think
thinks
she
it's
think
cute.
that shit is cute. It
It
ain't
ain't.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we too old for that. We
Yeah.
too old to be touching people body parts.
Maybe
and stuff
she
like
thinks she appeasing to the other audience too. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know.
that. No, I
Mm,
don't be touching all on me, and I don't swing
Mhm.
that way, don't do that. Now,
yeah.
maybe basketball wise, you go over there and play with Ty or something,
Yeah.
Play with the taco. You
but
know.
no, or no, Drew, she can do it to Drew. Drew probably don't mind, Drew.
Drew wouldn't. I don't think she attracted to Phaedra.
Mm.
But
Well,
Phaedra, I don't know. Maybe she's watching what she thinks the audience wants. And she's only been back an episode in 10 minutes, so I'm gonna reserve judgment. But so far, I don't love what I see. I just don't. Now we'll get Porsche. Porsche is going through a lot. So I mean, or she was a year ago. I'll give her a little grace for that. But I'm not liking what I see on her either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Why
think, I
Greg?
think
Why did
she
Greg
really
bring up
underestimated
Apollo?
Simon.
I think Portia thought she picked the right man.
Oh yeah,
I don't think she
Yeah.
thought that. You think she thought Simon was the right man?
Yeah, I
the
think
right
she did.
to
Treating
manipulate.
Fallon? No.
Sandra P, the reason why I say yeah is because I don't think she get married for the right reasons.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
They
okay.
get married for the money, and
Yeah, she really thought this man had it. And
Right.
she thought she was gonna uh
She was getting
protect
bad
her.
advice.
Oh.
I'm gonna bring up one of my favorites, Miss Diane. I think, and she was saying, well, he was her protector and all this and that. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody would look at a Simon who's married to another woman with a bunch of kids and feel like, yeah, he'd be a protector for my daughter.
No.
Other than what Simon was presenting as he has this money and the private jet and all this kind of stuff, not knowing that it was all a fraud, allegedly, and in my opinion.
So you think Simon is broke?
If that's true, I guess because they went to Grenada.
I don't think he's broke, bro.
I think he's moving his money around. It's probably
Yeah, he moves his
somewhere
money.
in Africa or somewhere. It's probably not in the States, especially if he's
It's over. It's somewhere else. He got a little bit, but he ain't gonna let Porsha get.
Journeyology to the Root is asking the same question I am. They're going through hard divorces. Where's the grace for Drew from this cast? I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't think Drew want to be divorced from Ralph. I don't. I think Drew wants to stay married, but Ralph doesn't want the marriage anymore. Drew wants to still be with Ralph, but Ralph doesn't want it. Ralph been asking for a divorce in Chicago, and they said that on the episode. And Drew holding on by a string. She trying to hold on to Ralph, and Ralph don't want her. Ralph got what he wanted to get out of Drew.
He plays in her mind though. He likes the clout. If he could stay with Drew and have a podcast and do other things and be known, I think he'd stay with Drew and still be able to cheat and do the things he did. I think he would stay with her.
But why won't Drew let go? It's like she keep playing games like that.
That's because Drew grew up the way she grew up. Her mom's a pastor. Her daddy, was a doctor and all this stuff. And they've been married for years before her dad passed. And I think Drew is, to be honest, I think Drew hadn't really grieved her dad.
Yeah.
I just don't think she had, because she trauma bonded with Ralph, because Ralph has the same birthday as her dad. And I think she just trauma bonded and she just don't know what to do. Instead of being real about it, she needs to go to therapy and be real about it.
Yeah, and she seemed kind of
but
young.
Faker's dad is a pastor too, right? Faker's dad is a pastor too.
I mean, her mom is a pastor. I don't know I think her dad was like a doctor or something. I don't know.
Okay, but then,
but Phaedra is different breed, child. Phaedra from Athens, Georgia.
And Drew
went the same school as my uncles. I'm just gonna tell the truth, okay? They all went to school together. My uncle even know Nene, okay? So, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm
not in the business of keeping no man who don't want to be kept. I can't do that.
Drew just might not believe in divorce. I think she loved Ralph more than he ever loved her.
Right? Yeah, she loved that man. You can tell.
Yeah, but Ralph don't want her.
No, I know that, but she loved him, and you know how women are. When they love a man more, they hope that they fall in love. That man never loved her. He was an opportunist.
Yeah, I think, and that 40%.
He's still playing with her head too. Even Memorial Day, and this is for the kids. No, Ralph, you're trying to get in Drew's head. When he saw her sign that record deal, I don't trust him.
You're trying to get that money.
Yeah. No, if I was Drew, I wouldn't have signed that record deal while I'm going through no divorce. No, there's no way. Drew should have waited for that, because he gonna want some of that.
Well, she should have got a better lawyer so she could protect her assets. Because technically they are separated. So whatever she acquires by Georgia law and South Carolina law, while they're separated, that's besides them. Even though he's downstairs. So you don't think
Simon is not broke? He bought a $7 million house. Broke people can't do that. Yes, they can't ask the
credit fraud. Yeah, mortgage.
Ask the Christmas.
Yeah, mortgage.
Yeah, man. Simon not even his real name. This man got several different aliases. They ain't no telling what alias that house is.
They use tax ID numbers, all kind of stuff.
Yes.
They play with the mortgage system. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Chrissy's were living large.
Yes.
On the bank's money.
Yep. Until the bank got tired.
To pay Paul and lying on this bank to get money from that bank.
They know how to play that. They know how to play it.
What will we rate the episode, ladies?
I say a 7.
7. That was me too.
Yeah.
I 7. Yeah.
What y'all think about Britt trying to jump in? She said she saw a naked man, and then she said, "And I have I invited Apollo to the party." Phaedra didn't get a rise out of Phaedra.
If my phone go off, my phone is going dead. So if I go dead,
private part, I'm like, you're really.
Mary Willis, I agree, because Ralph is smarter. He's dangerous. Ralph is dangerous. I don't trust him at all.
Yeah, I don't trust Ralph. Ralph, he's opportunity has another Martell.
Martell is
smarter than Martell.
Yeah, that's what's dangerous.
Very smart when it comes to manipulation. Martell is dumb. So if I go out, y'all, my phone going dead. Okay.
We all about to go out anyway. So everybody rated the episode. Drop and see what you rate.
A 7.
Yeah, I said about 6.5, 7.
Yeah. 7.
I did a 7. Yeah, I did too.
Okay,
it's unanimous.
All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure you like the video wherever you are. Like the video. Subscribe to all 4 channels. And check us out whenever we go live or upload a video. We love y'all. Have a great night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.